Hello, Davi Agenda here, and I am fresh out of a Hapé ceremony with myself. These are ceremonies that I host for a lot of people. I hold space, I channel, help them release, and I'll give more information on that in a moment. Really, I'm coming on here to relay the insight that I received. Everybody's Hapé experience will be so different depending on what is needed to release. And I strongly feel and always have that the things that I experience, the things that I navigate alone, are things that other people are navigating as well, in the concept of separate but together. Something that I realized freshly on my awakening journey, that we're all going through things separately, but we're doing it together. And because there's a feeling of isolation, that's why we navigate it alone. But not just that, but because we all have our own codes, we all have our own programs, we all have our own reasons for being here, our own intentions on our energetic existence. And so, what kept showing up over and over and over again, like a mantra, as I was going through this, was let them. Let them. So simple. Let people perceive you however they will. Let narratives be written on your behalf. There's a fatigue in trying to relay to others the things that you've gone through, why you're on the path you're on now, the reasons you exist in the way that you do. And it's unnecessary energy because you can explain, you can try to relate, you can try to convey just to get folks on your level. And no one is ever really going to understand you, your purpose, your mission, the things you've been through, why you went through them, what you've gained from them. And that's okay. When you can come to peace with this, is when things will be a lot lighter. As I navigate, sometimes an energy will wash over me related to sadness, right? It's not really sadness, it's just a bit of stillness. The energy just seems to be resting right there. And my 3-year-old comes up to me today and he says, "Mom, are you sad?" And for lack of better words and to simplify it, I said yes. And he told me, "Don't be sad. Use your lightness. Be happy." Truth, right? Children see things so simply because it really is that simple. We have the ability to tap into lightness. And it's only when we're holding on to energies that they make us dense and they drag us down. And if the energies make you dense, maybe there's something that to reflect on. And maybe it's time to stop reflecting and just let it be. Like, it's really okay. I've had these patterns of when not feeling understood, not feeling like my efforts are shown because I don't go about it in the same way that we've been programmed to go about it. Not because I don't understand the program, because I very much existed in the program. Like, I'm here on earth with you guys too. So I'm feeling all the things I felt, all the things I've navigated, all the ways that we're told to. And there comes a point where you step back, right? When you're seemingly on the high and the platform that was aligned at the time, and then when it becomes unaligned in certain ways, and you have the opportunity to step away from it and just sit with your energy, tune to your knowings, connect with all that is, and hold your energy in different reverence. You look for efficiency, but efficiency in a way that is not strictly to produce. Efficiency in the way that you love to show up, in the way that you love to impact, but that also allows you to hold your values. I feel like we all have similar values in wanting freedom, wanting ease, but there's programs that are running that say that there's only one way to get to those, and everybody's timelines are so different, everybody's processing things differently. And instead of pressuring folks to see things in a certain way or see you in a certain way, all you need to do is just be. And I know that can feel isolating, but you don't need to explain. There's this human commonality of wanting connection, wanting connections in very specific ways. And those connections will come, and still, no one knows what you've gone through. No one knows what you still navigate, but you do. Your guides. I mean, if you really want someone to understand without having to say anything, your ancestors, angels, and spirit guides do. Your connection with the infinite, your connection with the source of the fractal that you are, it knows. And so being seen in that way is all it's really needed. When you tap into yourself, you can start to see the aspects of your being that attempt to placate, to harmonize, create peace. And then you can just step back from it. And once you feel what it's like to truly be free, and I know the whole money concept, right? You can have more freedom if you have more money and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, that is a certain type of freedom, yes. But to experience freedom where you're at right now, yes, have your goals, absolutely have your goals, but then reach toward them in alignment with you. You are on your own timeline. And speaking of timelines, you can jump timelines. And if that's a new concept, start tuning into your energy body and feeling the energies of things that you do wish to experience on a regular. Allow it to feel in your body. And like, how do I do that? What I've said before, feel what it would feel like to have peace, to exist in it. Feel what it would feel like. Embody love and lightness, high vibrational abundance. And if monetary abundance is something you need as well, because face it, we're in the 3D. Feel that. Like, what does it feel like to exist in that? I'll be one to tell you that this work, the energy work, it can appear to be fluff from the outside. And it's also difficult for people to actually do it. We all have the ability to, but the programs that circulate make it seem difficult. And so those that do it, they tend to be viewed in certain ways. Nowadays, the paradigm, it's getting less for sure, but the paradigm has been for a while that discounts and disregards those who do operate in the energy world and obviously operate in the 3D too, but because they're not at that highest peak yet, there's a disregard of it. But when you're existing in it and you see the magic around you and you feel it and you see the opportunities opening themselves up and you're given the opportunity to merge with that timeline, it's a very unique feeling. And it's one of your own choosing, of your own alignment. And it takes this thing that I speak about often, sitting in your seat of faith. And so that's just part of my reflections of the ceremony I just had with myself. And for those of y'all who are curious what Hapé is a shamanic snuff. So it's a powder that is administered through your nostrils, your left and your right. You're receiving, you're giving, or releasing. And the intention is to release the energies that are no longer serving you. It can help to bring up things that are deep within you that maybe you're unconsciously operating with. And it can also bring up things that you are aware of and that you're ready to let go. Because everybody experiences on such a different level, you know? It can be hard or difficult to say in a blanket statement, this is exactly what's going to happen. But overall, it's a purgatory, right? So you could cry, you could scream, you could just breathe the energy out. Some people vomit, some people poop. These are all things that you can feel coming up. So it's not just like a sudden jolt of it. But the whole intent is to be able to release. This is a kuripe, and this is a self-administering one. So you just like blow it in your nose. And this is a tepe, and this is for a facilitator to administer it. And so when I administer it to those who are looking to expand upon themselves, dive deeper, release what no longer serves, I hold space. I hold space and I guide through practices to connect your energy body to the earth, connect your energy body to the grid around the earth to allow divine codes in. I have singing bowls and I play those and I sing to you and I drum. I use a rattle, I use sage, I use chimes and whatever is needed in the moment. I set the space, a safe, sacred space for you to just be with yourself, for you to just be with your guides, for you to face those uncomfortable things that sometimes are hard to face on your own. I personally journey alone in my ceremonies. And because I've done it so much and I feel what it does to me and how it helps me elevate, I offer that space to people who don't know what that's like, who need a little extra support in that way. And that's why I offer these Hapé ceremonies, because my intention is to elevate frequency. And we've gone through so much of our lives with all these programs and all these traumas and, your specific codes. And sometimes the codes are outdated, the programs are outdated, and you can decide when you're ready. And that's where I'll meet you. I do things along this nature, and don't worry, it's completely legal. It's a mixture of shamanic tobacco and different tree barks or plant ashes, and each one of them are a little bit different. I have a few different varieties, and depending on what is being called to commune with you, that's what we work with. I'm someone who doesn't believe that we have to go through life the hard way. I've done things the programmed way. I've experienced some of it in its glory and also found my own truths. And that's a part of our journey, right? We go through these experiences when we experience and learn, and then it's important to take the moments away to integrate the teachings, the knowings, the learnings. And so, if you feel called on any level to commune, to release, to elevate, to realign, just let me know. I'm sure we can work something out. There's more ways to release than just Hapé. And so if you're not in like one of the surrounding areas that I happen to be in, we can figure something out. Part of my journey in the let them is knowing that I tap into a lot of different things. I open portals and travel to different dimensions. I converse with different beings. And for me, they're all benevolent because that's the intention to do so. But there have been moments early in my journey where I wasn't so careful, and that's part of why I offer these safe spaces, because I've navigated these realms. And everything is consent based. Nothing can truly take your energy without you consenting to it. I guide people through portals to understand their past lives or understand different timelines, even connect to their superconscious, because we have questions, and in the forgetting of who we are, what we are, why we are, it can be important to sit still and connect with that. And I'm that guide. Some folks are afraid of dark entities that may be attached to them, the darkness within, the darkness around, calling them different things. And I can tell you that it's all just energy that resonates at a certain frequency that may be attracted to you for a certain reason, and it's okay. There's phrases that say, make peace with your demons, make friends with your demons, and they can no longer hurt you, right? That's not something to be afraid of. We navigate it through the same space that helps us navigate a lot of the realms, through our heart space. I've done a lot of energy work over the years, and there was a period of my life where I did a lot of energy clearings on people without understanding that sometimes the energies don't want to be released, and when they are, they come back and come to me, and I've had to navigate with them. And I'm not an exorcist. No, I coax energies out and I talk to them, talk to your higher being to see what energies need to stay for a little longer and which ones are ready to be released and when they are. It's transmutation. It's not released so that they can go and attach to another person, attach to the pure light beings around, or other beings that have discrepancies in their force fields and have lower frequencies. It's transmutation so that energy can be transitioned, can be made light, can be repurposed. And there are several different ways to do that, and I won't really get into that now because it's a bit of a deep dive and it's quite complex. I'll talk to you about it, sure, and maybe I'll make videos in the future. I'm not promising anything, but I do feel like in order to assist and guide folks through the unknown for the intention of them tapping into their highest positive intention and their greater being, it is important to talk about these things. A lot of people are afraid of the void or dark matter, darkness. And what I want to relate to you after all of my travels and experiences is that darkness is just space. It's space where things can be, and that means opportunities, possibilities, potential, guides, benevolent beings. It's not all bad. And if you don't feel like you're at the point where you're strong enough to navigate these things on your own, then find someone who does know, who can guide you, who wants to, who has the energy tools to keep you safe, keep themselves safe, keep the environment and the surrounding beings safe. I don't feel there's much left to this message. I just wanted to share a bit. And I hope that this resonates on some level. And my intention always, I hope that it elevates you or leads you on the path towards becoming the greatest version of yourself, the one you came here to be, the one you came here to remember. My link is beacons.ai/figure8energy. You can see the offerings that I have on there, and I offer more things that are on there as well. So if you want to contact me and talk about what it is that you're going through and find the right guidance for you, I'm here for that. Until then, journey well. Much love, always.